The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's me on a rare Thursday stream celebrating Star Wars. So I figured I would come on and draw some Star Wars stuff. Got my Return of the Jedi t-shirt on, so I'm all official for Star Wars Day. And I may or may not have seen Return of the Jedi's 40th anniversary release like 2 times already. But anyway, I figured it would be fun to stream on Star Wars Day. Hey Efrain, how's it going? I figure I'll post in what I got done so far. I was hoping to get a bit more done, but let's just say drawing speeder bikes is a pain in the ass. Okay, so this is what I got done so far. And the preview for tomorrow. Okay. So we're going to be going with this. And so what I was doing, I was debating on doing like a main canon character that everybody would know and love, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't really feel like drawing any of them. The only one I was really thinking about was possibly Rey, because I really like Rey, and God forbid, I actually like The Last Jedi. Unlike some hosts on the on the Indie Comic Network. We won't be naming names, Daphne. Oh, oops. But anyway, so yes, I actually like the well, I have issues with the new sequel trilogy. I liked it overall. So yeah, that's basically kind of how I was feeling. So I am drawing a character from Star Wars, a rather new character that appeared last year, the year before, from Star Wars Visions. I'm doing the 9th Jedi, Lage. Hey John, hope you're having a good 4th. Happy Star Wars Day. And this is the May. That'll probably become my catchphrase for May. So I have one of her what was it? Her model. I have one of her model sheets up on my other screen right now. Then I'm looking at to kind of get an idea of what she looks like. This is the other benefit of drawing a character from an animated series is, well, I have access to the books for all the model sheets. So proves to be kind of handy. So basically that's what I'm doing right now. I have her body roughed out. We will see what's going on with that. Still kind of finding my generic shapes in here of what I want to do. I actually found some good images of her lightsaber too. Granted, they're covered, so it won't make that much of a deal. She has it gripped, but you know, I did find some reference material for it. Que la fresa te accompagne, may the force be with you. Well, thank you very much, Efrain. My Spanish is only so good. But okay. Not sure if that was Spanish. It might be Portuguese. I think it's Spanish. I have no idea. That was my phone. It escaped. Make sure it's okay. I don't think there's a crack or anything, but like my head. So yes, and also the fact that Star Wars Visions Season 2 came out today, so I figured I would do a Visions character. In all honesty, I would love to I want to see more of the Ninth Jedi. I really loved it. I also love the idea that we really don't know where it kind of is in the timeline. I mean, you can make some kind of thoughts of where it could be. Like, is it after the classic trilogy? Is it before? But it doesn't really matter in the long run because it's just fun. It's just fun Star Wars. So it's something I kind of like to explore because I kind of picture it in a very old Republic kind of setting. But I blocked in the speeder bike that I put behind her. It's not the bike she rode in the show, but that got destroyed, I think. I'd have to rewatch it, but I don't think it ended well. Granted, she left the planet anyway, so I gave her more of the speeder bike that the clones are riding from the prequel series. I thought it kind of looked cool, so I was like, let's go with this. I think that'd be fun to draw. And I thought about going with the classic speeder bike, but this one just kind of looked like fun. And I actually have a little bit more texture on it, but I haven't really decided if I want to use it or not. Because I kind of like having the white highlight on there. I think the ARC Troopers rode these. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had fun drawing. I had fun like doing it and basically getting it together. It's a pain in the ass to draw, but that's what it is. It's mostly just kind of blocked in there, and then I manipulated the lines. I just want to take another look at her real quick. Hers a little different, but I don't think it would matter much with how I have it. Especially kind of split in the middle, but I don't think it matters that much with the design I'm using with her position. And her hair is short in the back because she's got everything on this like weird side ponytail, which I don't think I could ever pull off. I mean, it was kind of a thing at one point in the 80s, but I never really did it. I know some girls who did, though. And more power to them. I can't see the chat right now if anyone's talking because I'm still kind of sketching. I'm referencing the model sheet again for her. Actually, I have a few other images for her that I saved. But I like her look. She's kind of like in the classic kind of kimono samurai look. It's very like her top is very kimono-like, which I like. And she's like wearing shorts and boots, and I think she's like very cute. So, but yeah, this is a character I'd love to explore more. I was hoping for a sequel to her in the New Visions series, but I didn't notice one. I'm not sure if the studio did one. I've only watched about half of it at this point. A little more than half. I think I got maybe 3 episodes left. I'll be finishing up today. Actually, she's got kind of a top like that. Yeah, she's got like a skin tight shirt underneath it. And might not be skin tight. No, I guess it's not because her sleeves don't look it, but it hugs her neck kind of like a turtleneck. So she does kind of have this under here. So give the illusion that it goes up on the other side too. All right. Take a peek. Why Darth Vader had a egg very white head. I believe that had to do with the burns he got and then the healing afterwards that made his skin turn kind of white like that. Very albino like. I think the reason why they did the makeup like that was because it looked kind of creepy. That'd be the more practical reasons of why they did it, not the kind of the realistic reasons. But that'd be my thought on the matter. I'm not really sure with the makeup artistry of Star Wars as much as I am of the lore and other aspects of the creation of Star Wars. I know a few things about it, but it's definitely not my area of expertise. It was actually referred to as a walking encyclopedia of Star Wars the other day. Last Friday, actually. I mostly concur with that. Oh, okay, that actually helps a bit better. Slide out a bit. Again, the model sheet is very handy because, again, it's designed so you stay on model. Not going for precise, but I do want it to be recognizable as her. Granted, the weird ponytail is probably a really good sign of it, that it's her. Seems hello razor guy. It is what it is. It was the 1980s. I mean, the whole idea of Vader being burned in a lava, like burned by lava, goes back to the originals, like very early script writing, and it's mentioned in the novelization, I believe. Is where it was first really mentioned to people. So Mustafar isn't named until obviously Revenge of the Sith, but but the planet is alluded to in Obi-Wan discusses the fight as it was with Vader. One of the other things I like is she's got like the little bow tying it off there, which I'll do in a minute. I want to get kind of the hood in. I'm going to have it kind of drop behind a bit. So I think that makes sense. I'm also not drawing this for animation. So let's get rid of some of these construction lines. Oh, and if you are curious, yeah, I drew the entire bike. I just have a silhouette of her blocked over it, so had a nibble of Star Wars, but never gave it. But I gave it to a friend as a gift. Oh, novel. Okay, well, that makes. I mean, most of the novels for Star Wars, they're not that good. I mean, a lot of tie-in fiction, it's not always the greatest, writing ever. I mean, a lot of people point to the Zahn trilogy as being like, this is what Star Wars should have been, going forward. And I will point out that there were good ideas in the Zahn trilogy, but it's really not that good either. So there's distinctive problems that Timothy Zahn missed with it. Like it's not pulpy enough. Where the sequel trilogy really needed an outline, at least. I mean, I stand by that Lucas's original idea was much better, but we didn't get it, so it is what it is. It looks like we are going to be getting elements of the Zahn trilogy going forward with Dave Filoni's movie. And I do like Thrawn, so I am interested in seeing what they do with it. I didn't like how they resolved Thrawn in the novels, but I don't have to. Again, it's just my opinion. People can love them all they want. I just have some issues with them. Well, thanks, James. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to draw in the actual blade of the lightsaber at some point, but that will not be happening now. Okay, so kind of. All right, so the wrap looks like it goes. Yeah, it does that. So wrap goes under here, kind of like that. Be there, and then it has the bow. Okay, so the bow to be more like that, I guess. I'll have to design it a bit out, but basic shape in. And let's run that big. Okay, like there. All right. Let's see. We'll play with the design of it a bit. I'm actually going to try out some new pens that my friend Rob actually made when I go to ink this. So I think that will be kind of interesting. We'll see how they look as I go. Bear with me here. I got a phone call. I just want to check real quick. Actually, you have to call them back, but I can wait. Gotta get my meds. Where does that go down to? About there. Oh, it does do that. Okay, something to keep in mind. Yeah, they really did play up the idea that she's basically wearing kind of a kimono top, and the way she has it tied off with a bow is actually is tying her sleeves off too. So that's something to kind of keep in mind with it when I'm drawing it. I haven't never actually studied her really before, so. A lot of emergency vehicles today. Have that, so it's going to be giving kind of the wrap look underneath it. Mess with that in a minute. Yeah, I was actually hoping to go in with more of this done before I did, but you know, it is what it is. I had actual things I had to do too. Life. Get the hood going a little bit. Getting a loose idea of where I want the eyes, but I'm not satisfied with that yet. Okay, so the shirt kind of goes down to there. So we will do this. What is my favorite character? That is a tough question. I love Star Wars. I mean, just in general, it's probably my favorite franchise. Um, as of my favorite character, um, going back, honestly, thinking about it, if I go back to some of the expanded universe stuff, my early on favorite character, and this goes back to the Dark Horse comic books, was Nomi Sunrider. I really liked her because she was a female Jedi. And, you know, they had kind of female Jedi, like allusions to them and stuff like that. But when they really did the Tales of the Jedi comic and they brought her out, I really liked it. I mean, it was like I finally had some vindication of a female Jedi. Um, Obviously they existed and all that, and they were around, that type of thing, but I didn't really have a series that starred one. So I was happy about that, and she was also a mother, and I thought that was interesting that she had a child already. And when she was going to what was to learn to be a Jedi, she actually thought that it was her husband that was supposed to be this Jedi Knight that was going to be trained, and it was actually her. So I thought that was kind of interesting right from the start, because her husband's killed very early on. Spoilers on a 30-year-old comic. So I would say I would go back to her. From talking movie-wise, my favorite character actually is Rey. Again, because one, I can kind of identify with the character because I was a bit of an outsider as a child. And she's a female Jedi. I mean, it's growing up and playing outside and all that with local boys in the neighborhood. I got to be Princess Leia. I always wanted to be more of a Jedi character, like Luke. So it kind of vindicated me. And when I look at Star Wars, the first thing I generally see is a kid series. I mean, I'm a big kid, so I can like it. But I do see it as a series initially that was designed for kids' imaginations. And I still love it to this day. It would take a lot for me to give up on Star Wars, I think, even though the Book of Boba Fett came very close. I really didn't like that show. The only good parts were the ones where Din Djarin showed up, and I did like it when Boba rode the Rancor kaiju moment. That was kind of fun. But all in all, I didn't think the show was very good. I'm a big fan of The Mandalorian, and I think Andor is actually probably the best series they did aside from Star Wars Visions because, well, I love anime. So I'll admit I'm a bit biased on that one. Which is kind of sad. I don't really want that. You got 2 toys in the Black Series, Stormtrooper and Darth Maul. I actually have a lot of the Black Series toys. I like this. I can't really afford them now. I have a few Rays. I have a Sabine Wren. I have a Jyn Orso. I have Slave Leia, because that was the only Leia figure at the time when I bought it. I got Vader. I have Darth Maul. I have R2. One of the Rays I got came with a BB-8, so I have a little BB-8 droid. Dio, I think that's the name of the droid from Rise of Skywalker. I honestly don't remember, but came with one of the Rays I have. I have a bunch of Stormtroopers, and I have a few Clone Troopers, and I have Jabba the Hutt. I think I got Boba Fett. I gotta look. And I have the Scout Trooper on the speeder bike. I have that one. I have a few Lukes too. I have the Pilot Luke. And I think I have the Jedi Knight Luke. I have to double check. But I like the Black Series. I think it's a good series of toys. Not really a toy collector though. I more or less get, when I had money and I thought they were cool. My signal keeps dipping, which is annoying. I have to get this bow a bit better. I have to think about how to draw that a little bit differently. Technically, we have kind of a tie-off in here. So kind of get a little bit of a knot. Gotta get the classic ones: Darth Vader, C-3PO, R2-D2, Jar Jar, Boba Fett. See, I don't really consider Jar Jar to be classic. But then again, when I was growing up, it was the original trilogy. There was no other Star Wars, so I am a little bit biased. Unlike a lot of other Star Wars fans of my generation, I really didn't care about Jar Jar, where other people are like, oh, he's this terrible character, and I'm like, he's just a goofy character for kids, and that's just how I saw him. It just didn't mean anything to me. I was like, whatever. And the hate that Ahmed Best got was just so undeserved. Now, Anakin, in episode 1, there was no actor that could have saved that role. It was just god-awfully written. So, Jake Lloyd had nothing to do with the crap that was the writing of that role, and I feel bad for him that he was tormented that much over playing Anakin Skywalker. But yeah, I so wish that he didn't go through that. Again, and I'm very happy with what they did for Ahmed Best, at least in The Mandalorian, that he's basically responsible for saving Grogu, which I do like. If you haven't seen the episode, go watch it. It gives Grogu's backstory, and it's really cool. And they made a character that probably wouldn't have been considered canon. I have messenger notifications. Apparently, I paid $20 for something on PayPal. I like the 80s movies. You're 38. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I like them all. I just don't consider Jar Jar to be a classic character in that sense. I mean, you can. That's fine. But I just don't. So... I remember reading some of the original comic books of Star Wars where Jabba the Hutt was a guy, like this random guy that because they didn't have like they had the scene in that they had cut out originally where Han talks to Jabba on Tatooine before leaving. And since when they made the comic, they had, the shooting script is what they used, and it was a shot scene that they edited out. So Jabba used to be kind of a fat guy. Oh yeah, the Star Wars mangas are great. Again, especially the first manga for Star Wars is utterly amazing. I forget the artist that drew it. I could never find anything else that he worked on. But it was just beautiful the way it was done. And the lightsaber fight that he drew between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader was amazing. If I might have some. I don't know where my physical copies of it are, but I think I have them digitally, so I could always look for them. Maybe I'll do that for my book of the week, for my pull list. I also, the episode 1 manga adaptation is also absolutely gorgeous. Kia Samiyama? I can never remember his last name, but his art is gorgeous. I just love it. So, not to mess with her eyes, I'm not very happy with them, but I'll worry about that later. Let's see. She's got. That goes underneath like that. I'm probably going to cut that out anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to bother putting that in because I'm going to draw shorts anyway, so. And I want to keep that in there right now. I was thinking about it, I would put her helmet on. Oh man. $5 each book here. Oh, that's fantastic. I approve. $5 for Star Wars manga? That's great. Pretty sure I paid more than that when it came out in like the late 90s, early 2000s. What I would love them to do, though, is actually put those out again, but not flip them the way they did it when they first came out, because Dark Horse reversed all the art so it would be read as Americans read it. And it cannot get over the fact that the cockpit for the Millennium Falcon is on the wrong side. It drives me nuts. Okay. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, do I have them? I do. Oh, they're PDFs. Okay. Interesting. Okay. There, got that going for there. All right. Yep, I actually did have some digital copies of them, so I will show them off. Okay, let's see. How do her shorts go? They're fairly simple. Yes, they are. They go a little bit above her knee. She's not exactly wearing like jams or anything like that, or anything super bulky. So we'll do that. Okay. That layer real quick. Again, what I'm doing is I'm actually just whiting out. I have a whites layer where I keep all my silhouette stuff, and everything I do starts as a silhouette typically when I'm working digitally. And so what I do is I just kind of add to the silhouette as I need to block in more areas, and then I so the silhouette looks more and more like the character as I go. And I really only add to it when I need to block something in the background, if that makes sense. And in this case, it's because if I turn that off, as you can see, the whole ship is there. Turn on. I'm not ready to fully remove her leg there yet, so in her lower body. And one thing, when you're wearing a pair of shorts or something, or I notice it more when I'm wearing a skirt, mainly because of the trauma of going to religious school, and if your skirt doesn't cover your knees when you're kneeling, you get yelled at. And being tall, it could be tough sometimes. But shorts pull back a little bit when you bend the knee. So kind of get that, but still kind of go up there, but it would still have the drop and like that. There we go. Now take that out of there because I think I got enough work done in there. Okay. Let's see. Now we got. Yep, her socks are basically knee-high socks, and then she's got the boots on. Jedi schoolgirl. So has anyone watched Star Wars Visions yet, aside from me? I haven't gotten all the way through, like I said earlier, but I have gotten the first 6 episodes, I think. Maybe 5. Trying to... can't remember the name of the last episode I watched, but I'm going to be doing the one that has the dancer is going to be the one I'm on next. Okay, I think that loosely gets the idea of the boots. Don't worry about what they look like later fully. Let's go back to the whites. I was originally thinking about doing a big, like, Tatooine scene type of thing in here, but I decided that if I do more of a background, it'll probably be more unique. I mean, who needs more Tatooine? Get enough of it. It's supposed to be this planet on the ass end of nowhere, and it shows up in just about every movie. But then the sequel trilogy, we got Jakku, because, you know, we needed another desert planet. And then we had that planet in Rise of Skywalker, which was basically another desert planet. And it's like, really? We don't need this. Just no. It's good to know there are a lot of desert planets in the galaxy that people want to settle. Better them than me. I have that. Okay, so there's gonna. Give it a little bit more of a booty look. There we go. If I kind of more curve that way. Just trying to get the footing to look right. Mentanoba, Canada, there are moments in winter in which two suns can be seen due to the effect on the light and cold. Yep, it's a reflection trick. But do you cast two shadows? That was something that they definitely did not do in the original Star Wars. You know, when they went back later, when they had the technology to change it, they never bothered, which I think is good on them. Space opera. I don't need scientific accuracy in my space opera. I really don't even need scientific lip service in my space opera. I kind of get that in Star Trek, though. Technobabble. I should probably zoom in a lot more when I'm doing that. Okay. Kind of like that her boots are like a little too big for her feet. So they're kind of open in the top. They don't like fit snugly to her leg. It makes her a little bit more cartoony. Just kind of do this. Figure that out later. So I saw the Super Mario movie yesterday. Super Mario Brothers. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was fun. I kind of want a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. The scene when there are lots of aliens, Han Solo is with them. I guess the creator used Quechua Inca language in order to show how a kind of alien speaks. Yes, Lucas used several real languages in the course of Star Wars. I believe Nina, I think he speaks Swahili. He's speaking. I know if you know what he's saying, it's supposed to be very funny. I actually don't know the translation of what he says and when he's talking to Lando when they're in the Falcon, but it's supposed to be very amusing. Yeah, I might have to adjust that a little bit. I'll play with it later. Yeah, I'll mess with it now a little bit. Just gonna get a little bit more long-legged. We'll call it foreshortening. Also, Lucas used potatoes as they were rocks in space. Yes, he did. He used many things in the asteroid fields and stuff like that. Like one of the things during Return of the Jedi he used was a sneaker. I believe it was during the final space battle that the rebellion had to deal with a evil Imperial sneaker. And when they're doing the scene, when the Emperor arrives on the new Death Star, one of the TIE fighters in the background is actually one of the toys. You can tell it looks remarkably different than the model TIE fighters. like that. I think I want. Did not know that. Yep. That's kind of like in the movie Goonies on the pirate ship. There's an R2D2. And in Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you look in the background, you can see 3PO and R2 are in the room where they find the Ark of the Covenant. They're on the wall. There are carvings of them on the wall. When I was watching the new Super Mario Brothers movie, I kept looking for a Triforce. I don't know if there was one in it, but I thought that'd be kind of cool. That should be good. Okay. So let's take a look at something else here for a moment. We will. There it is. Okay. So this is part of the Star Wars manga from years ago that Dark Horse had done. And this will be my Star Wars pull list for the day. And this is the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader, which it's just gorgeous. I gotta dig up my physical copies at some point. I don't know where they are. But yeah, we got the whole thing of kind of the samurai draw with the katana going. We can definitely see the influence here and how he did it. Going down, so they're both kind of getting ready. Vader already has his on, obviously. Ben does the samurai move my feet to draw thing, and then they get the draw going. And I love that 2-page spread. It's just amazing. And I think it really gets the feeling across of, these basically space samurai fighting. This was a huge influence on me when first drawing, kind of like really exploring drawing in a manga style. I loved the manga aspects to things. Just love the way they do it. Just the time and everything for it. It has the manga timing where it's basically the smaller the frames, quicker the motions. Then you get like the hold of the cross here, actually, and then you still get the additional movement down here. But I absolutely love this. You get the break, and he gives us the famous line: "If you strike me down, I should become more powerful than you can possibly imagine." I like how he also calls him Darth, because it's like because in the first film his name was Darth Vader. It wasn't, it wasn't different. It was Darth Vader. That's just the way. Well, like it wasn't a title. It's like kind of the way I'm thinking of it. It was different. He tells me he shouldn't have come back and everything. They still fight. We go back to the heroes. And Luke's seeing, Vader and Obi-Wan going at it. And then he allows himself to get killed. And just love that fight scene. It's just so good. But yeah, I highly recommend these if you can find them. They are super fun books. Let's see. And that's what I will show off for today. For some good Star Wars manga. Now we'll get back to working on Lakara. Lakara. Got a little bit of a tangent going on here. When I was wearing knee-high socks, they typically kind of folded over at the top. Not all of them do, but a lot of them. So kind of add that in. Get a bit of that feel to it. But I mean, I would just like to see a manga of this. Where can I download that? I have no idea where to get those. I might have actually gotten those from somebody I knew at Dark Horse. So I don't. I assume if you Google around and find some sites, you could probably find them. But I honestly have no idea. I mean, there's scans of them. They might be on like Comixology or something as well. So you could check there. But yeah, I have no idea. And again, they're way out of print. So I would also suggest if you wanted to buy them to look like on Amazon. Each of them are drawn by different artists, different mangaka. This is the only one that is drawn by this guy, and I honestly can't remember his name. I'll look it up right now. Isao Tamaki is his name, and I couldn't find a lot of other stuff done by him. And that was the third volume of the manga series of basically A New Hope that has that fight in it. I was hoping the Return of the Jedi one would be done by him as well, but unfortunately it wasn't, or that The Empire Strikes Back would be done as him. But each one is done by a different mangaka. I mean, they're all good in their own right. I really love that artwork. It's very clean. It's very well choreographed. He wasn't just doing, looking at the movie and being like, I'm just going to copy the movie stuff. That is their version. They're selling here also. There are 2 more mangaka works. Yeah, there are, as I said, there's, from my understanding, they only did the original trilogy and episode 1. I never saw a manga of the others. That doesn't mean they don't exist. I just haven't come across them. So, cool if they do. I said I definitely enjoy them, but that one that is like one of my favorite manga series. The way it was adapted and everything. I mean, it's Star Wars. I mean, we're gonna go wrong. Don't answer that. Book Boba Fett. But yeah. I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with the bow there. I think I'm gonna darken her arm a bit. Kind of pop it against it. Again, I got a little bit of a tangent going. I want to get rid of it. What we'll do is actually we will take that out and I will do it differently. Just put it behind her. Bring this up a bit. Straight down. There we go. But yeah. I should probably save this. Because, the last thing I want to do is lose everything. Give me a second here. Moving the bike away from her a little bit. I wasn't liking the way this is coming down in front of it, so wanted a little bit more of a separation from the back of that piece. And I have the entire bike in its own folder, so easier to manipulate. You don't want to do that? Okay, well, I got that going. All right, I found some reference art for her lightsaber, so I just want to check that real quick. I think this is it. Yep. Okay. Zoom in a bit more. It's got like a split in the hilt there. It does that. It's not like these are details anyone would really notice, but you know, I like doing it. Technically, she's grabbing it a bit too close to the emitter, but whatever. She's young. She can be stupid and chop her own fingers off. Actually, the joys of working digitally. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to put the emitter up a little bit higher. That there. So she's not going to just chop her fingers off. Got it. Split would actually be up here. It's kind of going forward there. So that works a bit better. Clean it up a little bit. So I kind of like her. I think she's looking fun. Okay. So add that. Call this. And all right. Okay. Going to. Now this is my choice. I prefer having red. It's easier on my eyes. So what I'm going to do before I start kind of inking over this stuff and get some stuff going, I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. You guys can check out this wonderful piece while I step away for a sec. And I'm back. It's like magic. First I'm there, and now I'm here. That's crazy. All right. I love those stupid little chocolate eggs. Okay. So this is the new inking brush that my friend Rob had made that I wanted to try out a bit more. I was fiddling with them a little bit the other day, but I liked the kind of the grittiness to the line, and it is trying to replicate the ink strokes of a particular artist. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to play with. So he is definitely a master artist. It's thinking about his style though. I never really thought about it, which it's Travis Shurist. Shurist. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name. I've heard it pronounced like 50 times in different ways. So I thought, manga inked by Travis Shurist. This has kind of his kind of way he does his lines. Too far. Yeah, I like that. Actually, let's redo this whole kind of sweep. I think I like that a bit better. Where's Thunder and Hobbs? I mean, Rocket and Hobbs? They are sleeping on my bed. Yes, Rocket and Hobbs were definitely being annoying earlier. But they're now nicely asleep. And I didn't even have to dope them. What I mean by that is give them catnip. Does cause them to zoom a bit, but they do calm down and they're, well, dopey. I want. Definitely not. Still no. I'm not getting the curve I want. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit more what I wanted. There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Bear with me here because I really want chocolate. Because chocolate is important. My fingers don't want to work normally, but hey. There it is. My friends Ian and Jay are driving down to Pennsylvania this weekend for a con down there, so I hope them safe travels and hope they have a great con. That's too thick. Yeah. Getting the swing right, but there we go. I like that better. Yeah, long trips for us is, Pennsylvania is a pretty good ride away, so definitely want to wish them safe travels. Oh, actually, a bit better. Oops. Or not. A little more of a rotation on there. What tablet is this? This is a 24-inch Wacom tablet. It is one of the luckiest things that I ever did. I won it because I couldn't afford it at the time if I really wanted to buy one. It is a non-touch model, which is fine by me. I'm not really a fan of Wacom's touchscreen commands, so they're like not the standard ones. No, that to be thinner. There. That's better. Light chocolate too creates serotonin. Yes, it does. If you derive pleasure from something, it generally creates it. I believe chocolate just does so, unless you're allergic to it. Yeah. Okay. Go. Let's back that out a bit. Well, it's definitely coming along. As I said, I really do like The Ninth Jedi. Thought that was, again, probably my favorite of Star Wars visions from the first season. Just looking at her, whatchamacallit, her model sheet again. Don't need it as much right now, but I'm trying to get some ideas, so. One of the things that I was told early on when digitally inking, don't be afraid to draw through the lines and then just erase them. So basically what I'm doing. Doesn't work as well with traditional inking. Drawing through the lines, that is. This, I don't think it would work very well. I mean, never really worked well for me. It usually meant I had to go get the white out. The other thing is I'm definitely not married to my pencil lines. The roughy is, well, basically it's good for rough lines, so kind of give me an idea of where I'm going with the inks. But it's not required to be the end-all be-all of the line work. More like that. So yeah, Marvel, hire me to draw the Ninth Jedi series. That'd be fantastic. Then you can't complain about me having a manga style. Nope. Almost. That's more what I wanted. Okay. Let's go with that. Alrighty. Go. Hmm. That's close. Let's rotate that a little bit more to get it. Nope. Need a little bit more rotation on the plane. There we go. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Let's see how we're looking. I would say she's coming along fairly well. Definitely liking it so far. But yeah, that's got the whole speeder in there. Yeah, she definitely has some fun to her. I think she's looking good. And again, since tomorrow is Revenge of the 5th, we'll be working more towards the villains. I admit, I may have spent a lot more time making the Star Destroyer than I did the Speeder Bike. But anyway, they're both still fun. On that note, though, it's been 2 hours. I need to start thinking about making dinner for myself, along with the 2 furballs who won't be sleeping for much longer. So I'm going to be bidding you adieu. But what I'm going to first ask you to sit and enjoy with me is the preview of my comic on Patreon that you can get $5 a month, American. Will get you access to my updates for my manga Prototype 0. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all for joining me today, and with that, I will see you tomorrow for Revenge of the 5th. Almost said the Sith, but we're trying to keep with the 5th idea, so I'm gonna kind of keep it going that way. And I'll just have to say that this is the May. All of you have a wonderful night.